Hey guys, and welcome back to the AC Milan career mode. Before we get into anything, I want to thank you guys for the support on the last episode. I asked for likes. I don't nearly do it enough, but that one time I asked, you guys hit well over 270 likes, which is just outstanding. It's absolutely incredible, and it shows me that you guys are enjoying this series, so thank you very much. If we can get anywhere near 200 likes again, that would be absolutely insane. Now, before I started recording, I was actually looking at the comments and this career mode so far, and a lot of you have been complaining that Lozano hasn't been playing enough, and I probably should agree. He's a young guy with loads of potential. He can grow into a fantastic player, and look at the team right now. There's a few old players in there that potentially could get replaced. I've already replaced Abate by Calabria, and slowly but surely I'm going to replace Sosa and Paletta. I'm thinking about playing Lozano on the wing position and Suso instead of Sosa then, but that will have to wait until the January transfer window, because you can't have these high rated older players just on the bench. We need to move them on before we can do that. So for now, Lozano is going to be a substitute, but from January onwards I can really see myself implementing most of the youngsters in this team anyways, and hopefully rebuild the Milan side with a good core of young players. But anyways, it's time to play the first game of today's episode. It's away from home against Chievo. We're currently still top of the league, albeit joint with Roma. We need to win. For the game against Chievo, you already saw my lineup briefly right there. Donnarumma in net, a back four of De Silio, Romagnoli, Paletta and Calabria, who only conceded one goal in the last 3 games. So that's very good. Kuchka, Bonaventura and Sosa in the midfield. Memphis Depay, Bacca and Suso up front. A mix of age and young people. But that's going to change. I'm going to transition to a younger team. But right now, this is the squad that needs to get the job done. My current manager rating is at an 89. The board are absolutely loving the season so far. And I'm also very proud of how we're doing. Only 1 defeat so far this season. We're looking strong. We're looking good. And in the next game against Juventus, we're really going to be able to prove our worth. We're in a rebuilding phase, but we're already a few steps ahead. And once again, another compliment to the likes of Calabria, De Silio, Romagnoli and Paletta. Only 5 goals conceded, the same amount as Juventus. Memphis Depay going on a little run. It's from far. Gamberini closing him down. Now through to Bonaventura. We've got men in the middle. We've got Carlos Bacca making that run, but I've opted to cut inside. It's Memphis. He's been brought down from behind, and it's a clear stonewall penalty. Chievo have absolutely crumbled in the opening stages of the game defensively. Not sure why you would slide from that position. I'm going to put the target off. I'm not going to cheat. It's Carlos Bacca against Sorrentino. Can he score? It's Bacca. It's Sorrentino saves, and Bacca taps it in on the rebound. Very fortunate to get that goal. It was a poor penalty. I'm still not used to them. I put them in the left bottom corner. Sorrentino makes the save, but he parries it straight back into Carlos Bacca. And this time the Colombian is obviously not going to miss. It's 1-0 Milan early on. Bonaventura looking again for Memphis Depay, who's finding himself in a lot of space early on. Memphis Depay into Carlos Bacca. Bacca back into Depay, and he's going to get there. No, just about. Sorrentino claims it. Good hold of play. Sosa now. Milan controlling. Absolutely bossing this game so far. It's Carlos Bacca through to Bonaventura. Bonaventura needs to get there first, and he chips it off the bar. Memphis Depay, can he win the header? Yes, he can, but no danger follows from that. And again, Milan unable to get that second goal. Fantastic first half from AC Milan, absolutely controlling the game. They haven't had a shot yet. 5 shots, 4 on target for us. We could have scored a second. That chip from Bonaventura that hit the bar should have definitely gone in, but I'm happy with how we're playing so far. Dominant football, controlling the game. This is what we want to see from Milan. Corner for Milan. Suso with that left foot of his. He finds Paletta, and it's Sorrentino who pushes that for a corner again. Chance. Oh no. What a block. What a block by, was that Romagnoli or De Silio? I think it was Romagnoli on Jonathan de Guzman's shots. No, it was De Silio. Look at that. The first chance they've gotten, and that could have easily crept in. And after that big chance for Chievo, it's time for a triple substitution. Lozano, Honda and Locatelli coming on for Bonaventura, Sosa and Suso. Looking to use Lozano's pace on the counter-attack, Honda's control in the midfield, and Locatelli's youthful presence always brings something to the table. He was good the last time we played him, so he deserves another chance. Watch out. Don't let them shoot! Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Flores makes it 1-1, and just like that, we're back on level terms after a constant battering of Chievo. Poorly defended by Memphis Depay, who just passed it out. And it's a great finish from Flores. We've got 20 minutes to turn this around again. Into Locatelli, Locatelli into Bacca, Bacca into Honda. Lozano, get involved. Irving Lozano with space against Gobi. Not fast enough though. Honna giving him that option. Into Locatelli. Locatelli into Carlos Bacca. Bacca fires the shot, but Chievo are obviously going to defend well for these final stages of the game. Locatelli. Oh, referee. Of course. How many times? I swear every game ends with us having possession, going on a break, and a referee blowing the whistle. At least that's what it feels like to me. I've never seen a ref blow up for a counter-attack on the opposing end. We draw 1-1, and that is honestly frustrating. I'm annoyed. I'm really annoyed, actually, because we played a fantastic game. We dominated them on all fronts, conceded that one goal after a poor clearance from a corner, and that is the lesson you learn. A game isn't over until the fat lady sings. By the way, I forgot to tell you this, but man of the match went to Davide Calabria with a 7.1. I thought he was outstanding, got involved, went forward, and wasn't at fault for the goal. Honna wants to feature in the next big game against Juventus. That is going to be a really good test. We won't be able to dominate like we did against Chievo, but hopefully we'll come away with a result that reflects how the game has been, and not like with Chievo where we just drew unexpectedly. A game against Juve is always fun to play. Let's take a look at the lineup. For the game against Juventus, Milan are rocking with this lineup at the San Siro. Donnarumma in net. The back four remains unchanged. De Silio, Romagnoli, Paletta and Calabria. The midfield three of Kuczka, Bonaventura and Sosa. The front three has changed very slightly. Memphis Depay, Carlos Bacca and Keisuke Honna, who requested to play and was indeed in good form, so he deserves the chance. Look at this stadium at night. The San Siro is packed. For the biggest clash so far of the Serie A, Milan and Juve both 1 point apart in the standings. We are still joint top with Roma. We drew our last game, and so did Roma, so everything is still to play for. Like I said, it's not our objective to win the title, but to be up there and challenging, you obviously want to compete with the biggest and the best club. So Juve, my intentions are very, very straightforward. I'm here to beat you. I'm here to win. And I'm here to make a statement. Keisuke Honna could be a vital part in the team tonight. Suso is good, but he hasn't really, impacted the game that much. And I need someone a little bit better on that position. And Keisuke Honna could be that man. Hopefully that was the right decision. That being said, of course, Suso and Lozano and Locatelli could come on at halftime and still have a role to play in this game. But I have faith in these 11 players. Let's take a look at the Juventus lineup. No surprises in the Juve lineup, apart from maybe the exclusion of the Dani Alves, who's on the bench. But so far, Juve are looking strong with 3-5-2. Chiellini, Bonucci, Rugani, Higuain and Dybala up front. A very strong midfield as well. I'm not sure why Rugani is playing over the likes of Barzagli, but it is what it is. Buffon is firing up his troops. They're going to be ready. This is the toughest challenge we'll face in the Serie A. Forget the draw against Chievo. New game, new start. Well played by Sosa into Carlos Bacca. Bacca is running forward, holding onto the ball. Chiellini is holding him off, but you look at the defensive setup from Juventus. Very solid. Doesn't look like it's going to be easy to break through, although with quick movement we could get something. And that was a decent first chance. Keisuke Honna spot the run from Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay is in behind against Gianluigi Buffon. Memphis tries to chip it, and Buffon with a really good save. I thought it was too close to actually power the shot. In hindsight, I probably should have. And Honna lost the ball there, but that was a good chance. Higuain with the shot straight at Donnarumma, well saved. Alexandro, that's a really good ball. Higuain! Oh, Donnarumma does well to claim that. That could have been very dangerous. And now the kick straight away to Memphis. The counter-attack from AC Milan. Memphis, Depay is cutting. He's weaving, he's running. Try to find Bacca, but that should be a foul, ref. Thank you. Carlos Bacca. Where are the options? Carlos. Through to Honna. Honna, Keisuke. Back into Bonaventura. Bonaventura into De Silio. De Silio into Carlos Bacca. Bacca through to Honna. Honna, this is it. Keisuke Honna makes it 1-0 Milan. And that's exactly why he should play. He has to play. He's in good form and he repays us immediately in the first half. Well, immediately towards the end, the latter stages of the first half. Keisuke Honna pops up with the goal. And that's what I'm talking about. Suso may be a younger, more talented player at his core, but in those situations, in big games like that, I'd put Honna in that position. And he delivered. A very, very more even game than against Chievo. I remember having 5 shots for on target at half-time with 55% possession and Chievo having 0. Juventus have had shots. 2 shots around the edge of the area that were comfortably saved by Donnarumma. They're bossing the possession, which is to be expected. But chance creation, we've actually been better creating chances. So we're up there with the likes of Juve, which is fantastic to see. Hopefully we can hold on to that good play in the second half. Well done by Calabria. Through to Honna. Honna against Chiellini. He breezes past him. Keisuke Honna revitalized. Looking for that cross towards Carlos Bacca. It's 2-0 Milan. Carlos Bacca doubles the lead after fantastic work from Honna yet again. He just absolutely destroyed Chiellini down that wing. He whips in the ball absolutely beautifully. Carlos Bacca with the diving header. Clinical first chance of the game for Bacca, and also he delivers. It's Milan 2, Juventus 0. Oh, what are you doing? How was he let... Oh, what a block. What a block. I don't know how Dybala kept that in play first and foremost. And then my defender just ran past it. But look at that from Sosa. What a block. Romagnoli needs to get there against Higuain, and he does. Again, brilliant display from the defence here. Asamoah looking to find space into Marchisio. Marchisio dispossessed. Milan have a counter-attack on. Not that it really matters too much. Honna into Bacca. Bacca out wide to Memphis Depay. Memphis Depay in a one-on-one with Gianluigi Buffon. Memphis Depay tries to chip him, and it's over. And that was the last action of the game. Milan have beaten Juventus, and that in itself will make headlines around the football world. The fans are loving it. What a statement we have made here today. We are in the title race. We are participating, and we're a force to be reckoned with. I mean, you can see we had more chances than Juve. They still held possession, but we created more. And when it comes to man of the match, I think there's a clear winner. I honestly, yeah, Bacca, I can see Bacca having a shout, but it has to be Keisuke Honna. He made the 2 goals. He scored it. He finished it off brilliantly. He set up Bacca for an easy goal. Well, technically not really easy, but a good goal. I think going into this, I only had one name in mind for man of the match, and it has to be Keisuke Honna. Although Bacca actually assisted Honda's goal, I think what Honda did was more difficult. His goal was more difficult, and the assist he gave to Bacca was incredible. So for me, Honda's always going to get it over Bacca. Romagnoli was the best defender today, but I mean, it has to be Keisuke. It just has to be. Honna obviously very happy with the fact that I played him in the last game, and he rewarded me with a man of the match performance. So well done to Honna. I'm going to have a few training drills, and I think I'm going to cut the episode here because I don't have time for a 3rd game, unfortunately, and I do apologise, guys. But I think you guys would prefer me not to sim that game just to get 3 games. I think at the stage we're in of this season and this career mode, you'd probably prefer me to play as many games as possible. I could sim Genoa, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save for the next episode as well as the other 2 games. And after that, we'll have the Milan derby as well. So I'm looking forward to that. Only 2 games today. I hope you enjoyed. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later.